What's up, guys? I'm Kevin Sim from the Arizona Diamondbacks. 안녕하세요. 저 이름은 종현 시브라고. 저는 지금 애리조나 다이아몬드백스랑 야구를 하고 있습니다.
반갑습니다.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Yeah, this currently is my first interview. Pleasure to interview with you guys. I'm somewhat comfortable. I can, my parents still speak Korean to me, so I understand it. I'm able to communicate the little stuff. So 한국말 조금 아직도 하고 있어요. 네.
다 알아들으시는 것 같아요.
알아듣기는 다 알아들어요.
네.
I'm doing phenomenal here. It's been a unique experience since I've been here pretty much since January. Just doing early camp, early spring training and stuff like that, and it's been an unbelievable experience with sharing the field with a bunch of excellent prospects here with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Obviously the goals were to get drafted, but I didn't have too much hopes of wanting to get drafted higher. My goal was to just get in the system, and then when I'm inside with the Arizona Diamondbacks, be able to prove myself what I can do as a player. Yeah, I was actually just in my house in the living room with my family, with my mom, my dad, and my little brother. We were kind of just watching the broadcast. It was definitely a hectic experience, as there was a couple other teams that were interested and end up passing up on me, and then I think it was like maybe a couple minutes before Arizona Diamondbacks pick in the 5th round, and I got a call from my agent, and he told me that they were going to take me 2 picks later. That was probably very exciting news for me and my family. It's kind of what we all work towards. It's not just what I've done, and it's the support from my mom and my dad. Yeah. I mean, it was a special moment. After realizing, we saw it on the TV screen, that they have selected me in the 5th round. We all got up. I hugged my dad, hugged my mom. Both my mom and dad were tearing up, crying, and it was just a special moment for me and my family, because that's what we came here for. That was the goal that they had envisioned in mind ever since we moved here, and it's a blessing to be able to give them the gift of being able to celebrate what had happened. I guess right now it's insignificant. It's not very. For me, it's just to get me through everyday life. It's definitely a good starter because of how minimal the minor league pay is. It is much better from previous years, but it's definitely nice to have a little kickstart. Yeah, a little bit. I remember, just coming to a new environment, not knowing anyone, not being able to really speak the language and stuff. I remember when I was in elementary school, my parents would drop me off, and if they're late 5-10 minutes, I would just be crying on the side, because I didn't have any basically I didn't have any familiarity with anything in the environment and stuff like that. So it was very tough for the first couple years. But as I transitioned into playing travel baseball and being around other people through baseball, I was able to kind of find my ground. And I think now, looking back on it, it's been probably an experience that kind of shaped who I am, and I've become a very independent person, and being able to kind of do things on my own, and I think which have been a very helpful skill. It's a very faint memory, I was so young, and I don't exactly remember, him playing in the moment, but, looking back at films and videos and stuff like that, it's definitely, it's awesome what he has achieved, and hopefully one day I can do the same. He's been an unbelievable role model, help throughout my baseball journey. We always always talking baseball. You know, I still train with him in the off season. He still throws me BP, feeds the machine, hits me ground balls. So, you know, like this is sex that I have right now is, you know, credited to my dad. You know, he's just put an unbelievable amount of time into making me the best player that I can be. So I'm super grateful for him. No, I'm not much of a hard-boiled egg person. You know, he tries to force me to eat some. You know, like when I'm home, he'll boil some eggs and stuff like that, and then I'll eat a couple here and there. But yeah, I'm not like him. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of eggs. I'm pretty specific with how I eat my eggs. Usually just fried, sunny side up. Yeah.
아빠 세대에는 단백질 파우더나 뭐 이런 게 없으니까.
지금은 여기 트레이닝 패실리티에서 다 이렇게 provide 하니까 그렇게 다 그런 거 먹을 거는 쉽지. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of similarity, just within, you know, like I look back at videos how he hit, where I think we kind of move the same way in a little sense. I think his game was, you know, hitting for average and power, and I think that's something that I've had the ability to do with, you know, hit for power and average. So I think in that sense, there's a lot of similarities. Obviously, he was drafted as a shortstop. That's what he keeps saying. But he's played 15 years in the outfield. So I think in that sense, it's a little different. I've played my whole career in the infield. So I think there are definitely some similarities and some differences. I don't know. He used to always say that he was faster, but I don't know. Coming in from college, you know, having a little more at-bats under my belt, I was able to quickly get out of the ACL. You know, in the ACL, they had us kind of progress into a longer 9-inning game system. So first game played 5 innings, second game played 7, and the next 2 played 9. But I think, you know, just being able to get my feet under me and in the ACL was a good starting point for me to get going in single A. Yeah, it's very different. You know, you have guys here from everywhere, a lot of Latin guys, a lot of guys from all different types of background. So it's definitely a super unique array of guys in the clubhouse, because some of them don't really speak English or the language you speak a whole lot well, and it's, you know, there's definitely a language barrier with some of these guys, but you know, with the game of baseball, like, you're able to communicate non-verbally, so that's probably the great thing about baseball. So I mean, it's been easy. All these guys are, you know, very cheerful, very energetic, outgoing, so it's been a unique experience. But in college, you play with these guys for 2, 3, 4 years, so having that same group, you know, definitely creates a bigger team camaraderie and, you know, a bond with the guys in the clubhouse. So I'm super grateful for the time I had at University of San Diego. Yeah, having pretty much the first day jitters and stuff like that, and trying to get my feet under myself, and you know, I don't really look a whole lot into those numbers, because it's a game of baseball and stuff like that happens. You know, guys will go 0 for 20 with 20 strikeouts. That's just how the game is, and it all comes back. And you know, right now, being more having my feet more under myself right now in this spring training, I've been feeling pretty good up in the box, in the games and the lives and stuff. So I'm excited for this year. I didn't work on like anything specific to change any specific numbers or stats. My biggest thing is just to, you know, do everything that I can, improving just the skill, and you know, whether it's defense or hitting. I think the biggest thing is consistency in how you work out. So, you know, in the off season, I trained pretty much. I went to a trainer 4 times a week, and then be able to basically hit with my dad every day. So that's, I think, consistency and being able to maximize your potential is probably the main thing that I've worked on. It was a great experience being able to back up a big league game in spring training. You know, playing in front of thousands of fans. You know, it's a different experience as playing in these backfield games because, you know, you got all these people's in the stands and you got guys in the dugout that are, you know, that have 5, 10, 15 plus years in time in the big league. So it was cool to be around all those guys, kind of pick their brains and stuff. But I was fortunate enough to get a couple at bats in that first game that I played against the Texas Rangers, and luckily there was a runner on third. I got a sac fly, and then the following at bat, I was able to hit a ground rule double. I couldn't think of anything rather than just like seeing the ball and hitting the ball. And I think every game that I play it's more and more getting more and more comfortable. Yeah. So far as of now, I've been told that I will start in High A in Hillsboro, Oregon. So I think they told me to expect to break out of camp and go to High A. Yeah. Hi, Dad. I'm here in spring training, having a good time, and I hope you, Mom, and Eric are doing well. I'm just thankful and grateful for everything you've done, and yeah, I'll see you on Friday.
형제가 있잖아요. 3형제 중에서 야구를 누가 제일 잘하는 것 같아요?
지금은 제가 제일 잘하는 것 같고 막내 동생 지금 13살? 13살인데 5, 6년 있다가 보면 나보다 잘할 수도 있을 것 같아요. Yeah.
그럼 메이저리그에서 만날 수 있겠네요.
그게 yeah, I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be good. Yeah.
지금까지 야구하면서 가장 힘들었을 때가 언제였어요?
I think last year probably when I had an injury towards the end of my junior year in college. That was probably the toughest time I had because it brought uncertainty with the draft and everything. So, but now I'm back and, you know, in the system, feeling healthy and stuff. So, can't wait for what's to come in the next season. Yeah.
그 훈련은 어떻게 돼요 지금 이제?
지금 오늘 좀 저 늦게 왔어요. 왜냐면 그 메이저리그 게임 또 다시 백업하는 오늘.
오늘 메이저리그 그럼 나가요?
Yeah.
아 진짜요?
아니 백업 컵스에서 한 7회 이때쯤에 나갈 거예요.
그러니까.
Yeah.
그럼 시범경기 두 번째예요?
지금 아니 한 5-6번째인가.
아 계속 나갔었구나. 후반 그러니까 교체 선수로.
교체 선수로 지금 백업으로 몇 번 나갔었어요. 근데 I think I've had like 5 or 6 plate appearances with a couple of walks and stuff. So yeah. 다 나갔을 때는 다 어웨이 게임으로 하고 있어요.
하여튼 감사합니다.
아유.
네.